maybe I'll hit some questions while I'm right here at the practice pad if you guys want to answer them, ask them. Um, So right now I'm just kind of doing singles, doubles, and paradiddles. That's another variation that could be kind of cool for your hands. So I'll hit like singles first, doubles second, and then paradiddles. And then that same kind of repetition over again. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's a question here.
Okay.
Could you show viewers some stick twirl tricks?
Oh yeah, stick twirl tricks. Okay. So.
Hold on, I think it paused.
Okay. Stick twirl tricks. Well, first, playing is the most important thing, and being solid, and especially if you're in a band, because you have to, they're really depending on you to keep time. So your most important job for being a drummer is keeping time, and being. I like the drummer to be thought of as like the backbone of the band. So, they're kind of playing off of you. You shouldn't speed up, you shouldn't slow down. In a perfect world, you don't drop your stick, especially trying to do something flashy. That I feel like that's like secondary. It's almost like a fighter, like learn how to fight real good, and then you can put flashy kicks and flashy spinning elbows or whatever else. Like, I guess get the basics down first. But once you have those down, I think like the first twirl I learned when I was like just growing up and starting to play drums was just this in between, your first two fingers, your index finger and your middle finger. And it's kind of like you put your stick in between these two and you get this motion. And it's a little awkward at first, but it gets more comfortable as you do it more. I mean, you could be, a lot of the times I'll just watch TV and I'll have sticks in my hand. And just sit there twirling your stick. Or I've even been caught doing it driving in the car. Or the person next to me is like, what is he doing? But I'm actually just getting better at twirling my stick. So it becomes second nature, and I can just throw it in live shows wherever I want without, it being uncomfortable and being like, oh, hold on, I need to, get ready to twirl my stick. Another thing is like you'll see people cheat. Instead of playing match grip like this, as they're about to spin the stick, they'll wrap these two fingers over the stick, which isn't that uncomfortable. You can still play. But, you'll be able to, if you have it already like that. There's also some people that spin this way, and then some people that spin this way. So it's just, I guess, how you feel more comfortable. And also, going back to the very first exercise we started with 8 on a hand, once you get the spinning and the twirling ready, you could do 8 on a hand, and while this hand isn't doing 8 on a hand, this hand is twirling. While this hand isn't doing 8 on a hand, this one's twirling. You could be...
When do you play traditional grip?
Okay, so I grew up playing traditional grip. Someone asked this question. A lot of jazz musicians played traditional grip. A lot of cool drummers like Stuart Copeland played traditional grip. He was like one of my major influences when I was, growing up. And it's basically this style. I also played like this in marching band. I think in junior high we were match grip. I think my second year of high school we switched to traditional. And I kind of got a taste of traditional and marching in high school. I played for 2 years. And then I really got into it a few years back when I started working with Ralph Nader and Harvey Thompson. And yeah, I mean, it's really cool for marching. I don't think you're gonna really be able to do any marching videos or anything cool like this. I think there's a lot more options like this. You can do cool spinning, thumb spins, hi mom. And it's just really fun. It's another way of playing the drums, and I think it just helps, you know, create and develop your style. Not to say you can't play drum set like this. Some people can, and if you do and you master it, you look really cool. And I don't know, it's really fun. But I think I've played drum kit for so long, match grip, it just makes sense. But I'm sure any of you guys that follow my Instagram or my YouTube, you see me do a lot of videos of marching stuff, and I play traditional.
A few people are asking, what kind of drumsticks do you use, and are they similar to marching sticks?
Okay. Here, will you grab me one of those?
Yeah.
So these are my sticks that I designed with Zildjian. They look like marching sticks because they're white. I think most sticks are wood color. I loved marching, and it had such an impact on me, and the competitiveness and the chops involved in the discipline in marching was something I really loved, and I never let go of. And I think when it came time to design my sticks, I was really inspired by my years of marching. So these are my sticks right here. These are Zildjian, just my signature sticks. It's my favorite stick ever. I tried playing like smaller sticks at one time. I tried playing lighter sticks. These are my sticks, and I love them. I couldn't play anything else, and Zildjian makes great sticks, great cymbals. It's all I've played since I was a kid.
Any wrist wrist exercises or stretching that helps you before playing or practicing?
Okay, so someone's asking about stretches or like wrist exercises before playing. So once again, going back to like marching, this was a really popular one. You basically hold the sticks like this in your hand. You'll grab this wrist, and you put them both like that. And it kind of like stretches your forearms. And you hold it there for as long as you need to. And then I think I went with my left first, so now I'll go with my right first. Same thing. And then I think with some of, you know, I meet a lot of drummers on tour, and they say like, oh, I keep, you know, tightening up or whatever. Just a good shakeout will kind of help too. I don't know anyone that's probably been to our shows. I might even do it on some days. Like, you can't really determine why it happens, but maybe you're just a little stiffer. It might be your workout you had earlier in the day, or you slept wrong, who knows. But I feel like shaking it out like that, either with the sticks or just with the hands, can help a lot. Also just conditioning, you know, like conditioning yourself, working out, like not to be buff or whatever. But for me, like working out is such a big important part of the drums, because between what I just showed you on here and practicing enough and having your chops where you want them and being in great physical shape, like battle ropes are something I love to do. So when you are on stage or when you are playing with your band, any ideas that come to you and things you want to try, you're able to, and you're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to get too tired, or my hands aren't fast enough, or I'm not used to starting with my left hand. Just getting rid of all the kind of situations that might make whatever you're trying to come up with in your head harder. The idea is like to be able to think of something and execute. So yeah, like, you know, having your, you know, being in great shape and just exercising and having your stamina and your hands ready to go. You know, leading up to shows and tours, I play at least a few hours a day, just so I am ready when I get on stage. Another twirl I love to do that's really easy to do is just keeping your hands in traditional match grip and just flaring the stick. Really slow, it's that. And once again, you could also do it backwards. Think it looks cooler frontwards? I do this one a lot. If you don't have time to get to this right here, you can get to this. And you can also do it, you know, you can spin it as long as you want like this. But so this can be used too when you go to hit cymbals. That pattern, which I do a lot, is just 2 on each hand, and you do your spin while this one is not doing doubles. While this hand's not doing doubles, you do your flare. So you just practice going from like a tempo, a slower tempo, to a quicker tempo.
When and how long do you practice every day?
So leading up to tours and shows, I'll practice. Like for example, for the Post show I just played a couple weeks ago, it was like Nirvana tribute. I found out a few days before that we were actually going to do it. So I literally listened to the 17 songs I was going to perform and practiced like 5 hours a day. I went through the set over and over and over again. For me, for shows, I want to go into a show and not stressing out. I want to be extremely confident. So once I get there and once I play the show, I'm just having fun. I'm not really thinking about, oh, do I know this part? Do I know, you know, when this bridge comes in or how this song starts? I just want to, it just has to be muscle memory to where I can go out there and have fun. But I feel like you have to really spend your time, half of the time being like practicing and learning chops and stuff, and then the other part of the time being a drummer is being creative. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I remember growing up, I'd be like, oh, I wonder if there's new drum fills I could learn. But really, it's all in here. It's all about being creative and figuring out, for this song, this kind of fill makes sense. And maybe the fill doesn't exist, but that's your job to make it up. And I've realized over the years, my job isn't to be the fastest drummer in the world or the most flashy drummer in the world or the best drummer in the world. It's to be able to be creative and write creative parts and be a little bit of everything. Be flashy enough to, have fun and keep people's attention, because no one likes, or at least I don't like watching a drummer that's not fun to watch. And then writing great drum parts is the most important thing, especially if you're going to be in a band and you're not going to just be playing cover songs. Like being creative, figuring out what your style is and who you are. And my style is a mesh of marching, funk drumming, metal drumming, punk drumming, even listening to like program, beats that I make like in rap songs. It's just a combination of everything. So I think it's a little bit of everything. Practice being creative, practice having chops and being solid, practice your timing. Timing's got to be the most important thing as a drummer. Practice with a metronome right here. If you're gonna play drums, this is your best friend. When you go to record an album or a song or play live, chances are you're going to play with one of these. So you should be really, really comfortable and be great at playing with the metronome. Just, make it your best friend.